Thanks, Anthony. Well, the Raptors are doing extremely well. They are second in the East, and the major buzz is around Anthony Davis from New Orleans. So, Dean, he's a pretty big deal. What do the Raptors have to do to get him?
Well, they would have to give up a lot, as he is one of the top 5 players in the whole league. The talk of town is that they would have to give up Most Improved Player of the Year candidate Pascal Siakam, rising star OG Anunoby, and many more players. But Anthony Davis at his best, averaging 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks. That's top 3 in all 3 categories. Having him and Kawhi Leonard on the same court, on the same team, would be a disaster for everybody else.
It would be amazing. So if he's in like that much demand, what other teams are involved in the mix here?
Well, there's one strong front runner, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers. Anthony Davis' new manager is also LeBron James. And not just that, he's also LeBron James' best friend. So having him in Los Angeles would be a dream for all 3 of them together. And New Orleans already said they want at least Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, and many others, all their young core, in return. We'll see what happens from here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens before trade deadline. The Toronto Raptors are facing the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Back to you guys. That was better.
Thanks.
Good afternoon. I'm Amanda Garaji, and here's what happened at the NFC Championships this weekend.
Bad snap. The kick is good. Rams win it, and on to Super Bowl 53 they go.
The Los Angeles Rams are on their way to the Super Bowl, and the Saints fans are not happy. They actually want a rematch after a non-pass interference was the cause of the Rams stealing the game with a 26-23 victory. Nearly 524,000 New Orleans fans as of today have signed an online petition to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, who they say has the authority to allow a rematch if extraordinary unfair acts have an effect on the outcome of a game. Speaking of unfair.
Goal to Burkhead. Burkhead to the end zone. Hello, Super Bowl. New England is heading back again for the 3rd straight year.
The New England Patriots are off to the Super Bowl for the 5th time in the past 10 years. Kansas City Chiefs had never hosted an AFC title contest before and were determined to keep the title at home. It was a tight game and the Pats were down heading into the 4th quarter, but the GOAT Tom Brady helped the Pats get back on top by the end, 24-21. The Chiefs then took a field goal and brought the game to OT. The Pats won the coin toss and won the game. On February 4th, the Los Angeles Rams will face the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. I'm Amanda Garaji, and that's it for sports. Tune in to Say News at 6 for more. Thanks, Scott. Avalanche versus Maple Leafs. Frederik Andersen returning from his groin injury, seeing his first game action since December 22nd. Leafs trying to give Andersen a lead in the first. William Nylander denied by Semyon Varlamov. Coming in, Nylander with just 1 goal in 16 games this season. Veteran Patrick Marleau having a chat with him on the bench. Now 1-0 Toronto in the second. Kasperi Kapanen helps force the turnover, then buries his 15th. That goal coming just moments after Toronto had a goal taken away for an offside, 2-0 Buds. A little later, Avs trying to solve Andersen. Andersen somehow keeps it out with the glove. The Avalanche keep the pressure though. Still in the second, off the draw, Tyson Barrie's shot is going wide. Gabe Landeskog with a great redirect. His 28th cuts the deficit in half. Just over 3 minutes later, Mikko Rantanen steals it away from Nazem Kadri, beats Andersen blocker side to tie it at 2. Rantanen's 69th point of the season ties him for second in the NHL in scoring with Johnny Gaudreau. Then Avs shorthanded, Carl Soderberg pokes it away, then out-muscles Jake Gardiner for the puck, buries his 13th. Avs score 3 straight. Gardiner got some boos from the Leafs faithful. He didn't play the final 5 minutes and 31 seconds of the period. Leafs down 1 in the third. Travis Dermott up to Mitch Marner. From the circle, wires it home. 12 goals in the last 13 games for Marner were tied at 3. Later in the frame, Leafs lose the puck battle behind the net. Soderberg, alone in front, scores his second of the game. He would add an empty netter for his first career hat trick. Toronto has now dropped 5 of 7. 6-3 was the final score. Thanks, Scott. Now, Rockets and Grizzlies. Taking on the Grizzlies, no Eric Gordon or Chris Paul either. Harden missed 16 threes on Sunday, refined his three-point touch in the first. The Beard is averaging a league-best 34 points a game, had 15 in the opening quarter. Memphis tries a soft double team in the second. Harden splits it easily, add the harm. Returns to the step-back game, point number 30. Harden now has the longest 30-point streak since 1976. There's more. Harden strips Mark Gasol for 2, 36 at the half, doubling the rest of his teammates combined. Calvin Murphy questioned the Grizzlies' defense. Shit, it's too slow. Still no answer in the fourth. Harden back in with 49 points. There's Harden's third 50-point game this season. He outscored his entire team by 2. He finished with 57, second most in his career and Rockets history. Houston wins 112-94.